In this video, we're testing the Lefant M5 Pro robotic vacuum mop and cleaner. We'll show you what came in the box, the specifications of the unit, set up Wi-Fi and connection for mapping, do some real-life vacuuming and mopping of a small house, do some carpet and tile transitioning, and go through the self-cleaning of the unit and maintenance. We received the unit as a part of a paid collaboration, but as always, our reviews will be based on the test. On top, you'll find the quick start guide, and underneath you'll find the auto cleaning docking station. Next is the Lefant M5 Pro robot, which is sleek and fits right into the docking station. Inside the smaller box, you'll find all the accessories, including a power cord, an extra roller mop, cleaning solution, an instruction manual, and 2 side brushes, as well as an extra dust bag. The cleaning brush also comes with a blade, everything you need to get started straight away. The first thing we'll do is set up the docking station. First, for the clean water tank, we'll fill it up with water to the fill line. There's also a dirty water tank, which has a built-in float, so it will let you know when the container is full and requires emptying. At the front, there's a removable magnetic panel, and behind it is where you'll find the dust collection bag, as well as the air ventilation system. And on the side, there'll be a drawer to fill with cleaning solution up to the indicated fill line. The dock itself is mostly plastic, but feels solid and well built. The power plug is on the back and can be plugged in straight away. On the inside, you'll find a charging contacts, a water refill system, wastewater drainage, and the auto empty system. For the robot setup, attach the side brush on the bottom, where you'll also find the roller mop, the reset button, the main brush, 2 main wheels, and the omnidirectional wheel. The roller is 2 cm longer than the standard 18 cm, which means better coverage in fewer passes. On the side of the unit, you'll find charging contacts, a water fill port, air vents, obstacle sensors, and the LiDAR navigation sensor on top. There's also a blue button, which serves as both a power and pause button.
Please scan the body QR code, download the correct app, and connect to internet to get a better experience.
Beneath the top panel of the unit, you can find the containers where dust and liquid is stored. They are also removable in order to be cleaned.
The main unit's dirty water tank has been removed.
The base automatically refills fresh water and drains dirty water when the robot returns, so it's completely hands-off. The dustbin can be easily removed and has a changeable filter.
Dustbin set.
Onto the setup, you'll need to download the Lefant app accessible through the QR code on the robot. To power it on, just press and hold the power for 6 seconds. It enters pairing mode indicated by the flashing light. Pairing is straightforward and uses 2.4 or 5 gig Wi-Fi, so there's none of the common connection issues. Once it was connected, we sent it to charge straight away. It automatically reverses into the dock, and through the app, you can monitor its live battery level. Our house has a toilet and laundry room, and an open-style kitchen with a living and dining area. We also have a rabbit, which leaves lots of pet hair around, and there are crumbs all over the floor. Our living area is also carpeted. Normally we'd vacuum and mop daily, but if this unit works well, it'll save us a lot of time. We'll start by saving a map of the area. Before it even starts, you can hear it refilling water, mixing the solution, and washing the mop with hot water. In order to map, it first traces the perimeter of the house, following walls and furniture. The unit can autosave up to 3 floor maps, which is ideal for multi-level homes. And it uses 360 LiDAR navigation. It is smart enough to easily navigate around things like chairs and piano legs and close to walls. We also started mapping and cleaning at the same time to get both done. It mapped the study and kitchen areas first and smoothly switched between vacuuming and mopping. As it moves between tile and carpet, it detects the carpet, lifts the roller about 8 mm, and boosts suction automatically for deep cleaning. You can see how well it vacuums through the chips, crumbs my dad scatters around in order to test its capabilities. The noise level remained around 53 decibels, which is roughly the volume of a quiet conversation. You can monitor its progress through the app, and once it finishes the perimeter, it moves on to the inner pattern. Although it doesn't look like much, it has a strong downward pressure at around 280 rotations per minute. It handles stubborn dirt really well. Once the first zone is done, it moves on to the next, again starting with the perimeter and then the inner area. It's smart about boundaries too, and is able to detect carpet and tiles and adjust the cleaning method appropriately. When the bin fills up, the mop is dirty or it needs charging, it returns to the dock automatically. While vacuuming the carpet in the living room, it stops to return to the dock to empty the internal dustbin. After that, it returns to the exact same spot where it stopped cleaning and continued without issue. For efficiency, the robot automatically created a separate zone for the tiled area of the house. Over the tiled area, the robot will vacuum and mop, and the mopped areas dried pretty quickly. Again, it started with the perimeter of the zone, followed by the inner area. Moving on to the remaining areas of the house, it continued with creating new zones for the open kitchen and living area. It moved over the rubber mats underneath the bunny's pen, went close to the wall and collected the bunny's hair. The kitchen and dining areas have always been the hardest to clean in our house, as they have glossy tiles and are always oily and sticky with lots of pet hair. But following the vacuum and mop, the floor looks and feels so clean. It followed a similar pattern for the laundry room and the toilet. The roller for the mop has 16 freshwater nozzles, and there's a constant pressure squeegee rinse and scraping the mop while cleaning, so the wastewater flushes fast and the roller stays fresh with no dirty mopping. In total, it took about 84 minutes to clean about 54 meters squared. It handled the tiles, carpet, kitchen grease, pet hair, and dust and crumbs. Once the cleaning is done, you can hear the dog emptying the dust, washing them up with hot water and drying it, and recharging the robot. It uses a 75 degrees Celsius hot wash to clean and remove the grime, and it uses a cold air dry to prevent odors from forming on the main roller mop. After cleaning, the house feels noticeably fresher. The tiles are spotless, there's no pet hair or sticky greasy residue, and the carpet looks and feels clean. Our tiles tend to get greasy and slippery after pan frying or deep frying food, so we tend to manually vacuum and mop after cooking. We wanted to compare the robot to the vacuuming we usually do. To do a comparison, we split the kitchen into its own zone using the splitting function in the app. Right after cooking, we ran the robot, and it went through its usual process of vacuuming and mopping the perimeter of the kitchen first, followed by the inner areas of the kitchen. It maintained a noise level around 60 decibels. In about 8 minutes, the kitchen was clean, and there was no oil or that stickiness. In comparison to vacuuming and mopping, it was a huge time saver. After about a week, we decided to do a checkup on the robot. The dirty water tank was full, and it was very dirty, which is a good sign. We emptied the tank, gave it a quick rinse, and wiped down before returning it to the dock. Moving on to the dust bag, it was full of hair and debris. You can just replace the bag after weeks of cleaning, but my mum removed it to show you just what was inside. It was full of pet hair, dust, and the crumbs. We also gave the robot a wipe down after all the heavy lifting it did in the last week.
Please clean the dustbin.
The onboard dustbin and dirty water tank were generally clean. Moving on to underneath, the main mop was clean, dry, and didn't smell from the hot wash and cold air dry. Beneath the roller mop, you'll find all 16 of the nozzles. These nozzles constantly scrape and rinse the roller, so it's always using fresh water. We were able to disassemble everything quite easily and give it a quick wipe down. We were also able to remove and clean the scraper that had been cleaning the mop while cleaning. We cleaned the panel holding the main brush in place, as well as the main brush itself, which had some hair tangled, but it was easily cut and removed with the blade provided. Everything clicks into place and can be reassembled quite easily. The omnidirectional wheel also had some pet hair stuck in between, but it was easily removed with a tweezer. The unit has plenty more options that we didn't fully touch on. You can also adjust the suction power, control the water levels, set cleaning schedules, map multiple floors, and control via the app on Apple Watch. Overall, we were really impressed. For a house like ours with pets, mixed flooring, and a daily mess, this saves a ton of time. Thank you for watching till the end of the video, and please let us know if there's anything else you'd like to see us test. Thank you!